They were being undercut. They were being undercut.
You can't work for a major.
American jobs are undercut to the tune of $2,000 a year. Jazz, think about it. These illegals wasn't here before the 60s. If these friggin' illegals are gone, it's gonna be Americans to go back and
Illegal
take
immigrants
jobs.
weren't here before the 60s.
Look, Kelly, let me answer her question because she was asking. I know she was asking a question.
Is that true?
So yes, I do believe that all of these. Yes, I do believe that all of these people that have been unemployed, that haven't been getting the best jobs, that have been suffering, haven't been able to pay their rent, that's been getting evicted, losing cars here and there, losing out on their mortgages, behind, getting foreclosed. I do believe that those people have went through a huge humbling in their life, and I do strongly believe that once there are more opportunities, not just in the unmentionable job opportunities, but there are other job opportunities that they also have been getting hired for with the bilingual job opportunities where they get paid more just to be bilingual. And a lot of us obviously are not bilingual, but then what would be the purpose of us having all these bilingual jobs where they can get paid more if there's no more people that are that bilingual? It makes way more sense for us to be able to get the better opportunities once all of that is removed, and all of these different situations where they really do get paid way more for than what we would, and we're thinking, oh yeah, they always get paid less. A lot of times they're not getting paid less. We are the ones that's getting undercut, and ones that's getting shorthanded on the job opportunities.
Yes,
And
again,
that's
to the
simply
tune of
because
$2,000.
of them being another culture, them knowing another language, simply because of that. So yes, once they move on out of the way, then all of those businesses are going to be able to, they're going to have no choice but to open it up to more people. And as someone that speaks so profoundly about Black culture and Black people and doing things for Black folks, I think that it's kind of confusing how your stance is way more, you're trying to baby, tap them on the butt. Oh, it should be better than this, and it's like that energy isn't there for us this time. I don't know what the switch is, but I don't know.
And not only
Personally,
that,
hold on. I
the,
want to say something. Like,
hold on, I was talking, Alex. Give me 1 second
my bad.
to answer
Kelly and
to
Alex.
follow up to what you were saying, Carmaya. Too.
Y'all ladies
Back to
funny
the back,
today.
back because I was waiting patiently. Back to the Black thing, because Dr. Umar said this, and this is true because I fact checked him. Black men, about a third of Black men have a felony. So with certain jobs they only qualify for, which is construction job, which is driving jobs, which is certain factory jobs. These illegal immigrants had came in and displaced a lot of Black people, foundational Black Americans, American citizens. I'm not even gonna make this an FBA thing. American citizens from these jobs. And what they would do is they would come in and then they would look out for their own, meaning they would, an illegal who would go in and start looking in and try to bring in more illegals. So you're displacing a whole American population from these particular jobs. That was it. I landed my plane. Go ahead, Alex.
And I also want to say, Kelly,
Hold
you
on,
said
Jazz.
that.
Guys.
Oh, my bad.
Because I'm gonna go to Alex. I know he's been waiting. I can't agree with you on that one, Kelly.
My bad.
You can't agree on what?
I
A
can't
third of Black
agree.
men have a felony?
Nah, I'm not talking about the felony part. I'm talking about people that don't want to work.
I didn't say nobody didn't want to work.
Or okay, let me revise it. Taking jobs away from Black people.
It's really not a Black thing. It's really not a Black thing. I'm saying that there were certain jobs that, because again, a third of Black men have a felony. It's certain jobs that they only can qualify for, which is certain factory jobs, which is certain Uber. I told y'all about the Uber driver that unalived the Black girl. The driving jobs. What's another one? Construction jobs. So it's not a Black thing. These are jobs that were taken,
with anybody that has
these
a
illegals,
felony.
that have this ability, that displaced these people from these jobs. And what they
No,
would do is
the
they would come
illegals.
in and look out for their own.
I'm all for deporting people that are here illegal, but
I'm talking about illegal. I'm talking about illegal immigrants. I'm not talking about legal citizens.
I am too. I'm all for deporting people that are here illegally. But the people that displace a black person that got a felony is a person that went and got a felony. That ain't have nothing to do with the illegal migrant.
That's not what I was saying. That's not what I was saying. I was just saying these
I
are.
know guys that got out of jail
But
and
I'm not saying
became.
that. Yeah,
I know guys that done got out of jail, worked their ass off, and became millionaires. So
absolutely.
I just don't. I walk a fine line between the excuses for anybody that wants to blame another demographic of people for why they can't necessarily find work. I can't roll with that part. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not disagreeing with you on that. I'm just saying if these people was not here, then those jobs could go to American citizens, whether they got a felony or whether they don't. That's what I'm saying.
Alex, what was you about to say?
Alex don't even remember. Damn, your mic not even. Alex, you muted.
Yeah, sorry about that. It's to what Jazz said. How she expressed concern over, these people we're deeming like illegal and all that stuff, and people don't want to work certain jobs and stuff like that. How they look down on it. No, we don't need to care about that. We need to do what's right. We need to do what's right. We cannot be wrapped up about how people look at a job in the service industry or whatever the case is. You do what you got to do. Well, there's a lot of people doing jobs they don't like right now. I hate working at Home Depot. That was the worst job I ever did. But anyways, we can't be concerned about that. Why could this pandering to people? People should do for themselves, just like everybody up on this panel, I'm sure, do every day.
Okay.
Yeah. Besides, on top of that, like businesses, they taking advantage of the immigrants, as far as their wages, they're paying them under minimum wage. If we have a system where they're not working no more, they have to bring the wages up so that it could be a livable wage for, citizens to actually work them. So even though these jobs they're not ideal, they're probably not ideal because we have immigrants working those jobs and the wages are lower. But if no one's working them, then the actual wages will go up.
I agree.
So is that like our concern? Like if I'm hearing
It
that
don't
right?
gotta go well. It don't gotta go up.
It has
Yes,
to
it
go up. It has to
does.
go up.
No,
If no
business
one's working
owners
the
can.
job,
It
no
Business
one's
has
working the
owners
job. It's just simple
solve for the
supply and demand.
problem. When you're a
to.
business owner, you solve for the problem. So you adjust as a business owner. That's how it's always gonna be, no matter what. Whether people want to do the job or not, people gonna figure it out.
Of course. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Oh, well, you're right.
Yeah.
Jalen, was you saying something before we get to the super chats?
No, go ahead.
Okay. Anybody else before we move along? No? Okay.
I want to know what Jess got to say about this.
Yeah, Jess.
You
Jess,
like,
you're muted. Your mic. No, you gotta leave it come back. Dang. Well, do we wait on her?
So, no, we can.
That's crazy.
Alex, you're muted too.
I like this.
Okay.
Like, how would you mean you like Jess? You like her how?
No, like her personality. She's good, man. Like I like seeing her on the platform. I mean, yeah, she's very interesting. Jazz interesting too, man. Jazz, I swear, Jazz, you are very interesting. You said something on one live. I was like, really? Why?
Okay. Shoot your shot. Shoot
Her
your
man
shot.
is right next to her.
No. I'm married, man. No. Oh God, no.
What does that mean?
Wow.
Oh, that means something? Oh, okay, bad.
Don't listen to him.
What is
Well,
wrong with you?
what is wrong?
So wait a minute, it ain't all right, whatever. All right.
Shout out to everybody that's here.
Y'all be acting like our eyes is broke just because.
All
All right, never mind. That's a whole
That
nother
being
thing.
weird.
So it's weird. It's weird to say that a girl.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Well then, don't come to my meetup because I hug everybody.
I'm a black man. My mom is black. My sister's black. I love black women.
Man, I get it. You want to put the cape on and cape for black women, but the reality is, all women have bad habits from here to there, and there's stereotypes. The stereotypes tend to be based on pattern recognition.
But you
or over
talk down on black women.
I talk down on everybody, honestly. Reality is this with black women. On average, they weigh about 187 pounds. They tend to be rude. They tend to be crass. They tend to not respect male authority because a lot of them grow up in fatherless households. So these are stereotypes that tend to happen all the time. Not all the time, but a lot of the time. Black women tend to be the most sensitive and get the most butthurt about it. They can't take criticism. And black people are the most racist people ever. You came in here and immediately made the conversation about race, talking about race. You guys perpetuate the very stereotypes and the racism that you guys complain about the most.
Even though our black women ain't shit, but we came out of black pussy.
Listening to that, I was so confused.
Has anyone ever seen him speak on Arab women? Because he's an Arab. Have y'all ever seen him speak on Arab? Because he said he talks about all women. I've never seen him talk about Arab women.
He's definitely talked about white women, though.
I've seen him talk about white women. I've seen him talk about Hispanic
talks about
women.
a lot of women, but
I've never seen him talk about Arab women.
But I don't think he's like very personal like that. I think he's just addressing women as a whole. He doesn't like pinpoint different cultures.
No, he specifically targets black. He specifically has talked about black women, which again, I'm not even going to debate
talked about
that.
black women, white women, Hispanic women. He's had a lot of different types of women on his panels. Because I would watch. Me and my husband both watch Fresh and Fit. So it's not just black women he's always talking about. He talks.
Have you ever seen him talk about Arab women though? Because he's Arab.
I don't think he's ever had an Arab woman. I don't know if he's had an Arab woman on his panel, but I know that they are definitely different cultures, and a lot of them are Latino. There are some that are black, and then a lot of them would be white.
No, he said it in that video because the guy.
Yeah, he's a Sudanese Arab. He's a Sudanese Arab.
Yeah,
he's from
I'm
Sudan.
pretty sure he's Arab.
But that's what was said. He's from Sudan, so I don't know.
Yeah, he is from Sudan, but just because, like, okay, you can be Arab and be Moroccan.
I don't think that he's an Arab.
I don't think he's an Arab. Yeah, but let's say he is Arab. Do we see a lot of Arab women acting out?
Arab women are under their husbands or out the way. They don't do anything to talk about.
Yeah, you do make fun of Arabs. I've seen him make fun of Arabs.
I mean, Myron just makes fun of the group that he knows gonna get a rise out of people. He's a rage making right.
That's not true either. He doesn't.
Well, even if he does believe it, he still knows that okay, I have monetization I need to maintain. I have engagement and conversation.
That's not true.
Do you watch his shows?
Is that I used to until because he will say things that will make sense, but you see, that's not what people are gravitated towards him for. It's how disrespectful and nasty and just I don't want to get too much into it, but he's doing this because he knows people are going to bite. It's a conversation that's always going to be, the conversation to have where people are going to tune in. They're going to make their comments. I mean, look at the black man that came up and was ready to defend what Myron was saying. But it's like every race of women has their side that's not up to par, and there's another side that does. They're pointing out that when it comes to black women, that's all that he speaks on when he's on, platforms like that.
He literally in the clip itself says that it's not all black women, but the black women on average, these are the facts, these are the statistics. And when you call it out, they're the ones that get most offended. He literally just said that in the clip, and y'all took the words and changed it into something that was completely different.
And if it's I'm not even really sure why we were talking about Arab women, but I mean, yeah, he talks about a lot.
Like, I want to know something.
Wait, Alex, I think you're in a delay. You can go after Kamaya. Kamaya was talking. I think I'm in a delay. Did you finish, Kamaya?
But it's funny.
Oh,
I
no,
think it's funny because people can't actually debate what he said. And so they get mad at the person that said it.
Because they take it so personal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Nothing he says should be taken personal.
Yeah.
I feel like anything that's true should just be true to those it applies to. I feel like I'm a black woman. I don't feel like he's talking about me when he speaks like that. But as a black woman, I can also say that I see other black women act the exact way that he was speaking about. So it's like, why do we have to overlook the truth just because of like I feel like there's plenty of days where me as a black woman is like, I can go in a room with a bunch of Black women who are acting the way that he's speaking, and I'll be like, I ain't going over there. Like them ain't my people. So it's like we get mad, and honestly, I don't know if it's because he's a man that's saying it, or from what I know, because I watch his show, is that he says he's Sudanese, and from what I thought, Sudan is in Africa, and he specifically says that he's African American. He's the definition of African American. That's just my opinion. That's just what he said, not even my opinion. So
yeah,
regardless,
Yeah,
I can also say that regardless of whatever his nationality is, he also has stated that he has dated Black women. So maybe from his experience, he's speaking from what he sees, not to mention he has a show where he brings different nationalities on the show, from white to Spanish to Black to African to all type of different people. And from what I've seen from watching his show for the past, I don't know how many years, a lot of the time, it's the Black women that come on the show that show their tail, just being honest. And it's quite, it's obvious. So
And it'd be white women up there too. I like watching whenever it's like, the other cultures and seeing how they're talking about the BBLs and they're trying to make themselves look so much like our people, and they want to do whatever they want to do and sleep with however many men they want to sleep with, but it's like it's literally a woman thing, and he's trying to show how much of a woman thing it is. He addresses things as they come to the room. So whatever they're talking about, whatever energy they're giving, he gives that exact energy right back. If they're being disrespectful, that's how he ends up showing them. Like it's like he's a mirror. And I actually, appreciate how he is, because it's like a lot of women, they're not used to that. They're not used to men just being a mirror. And they want to take stuff so personal and take it home with them and spread it around like a disease or whatever. But it's like literally you take the meat, spit out the bones. That's it.
You know what's so
Myron, it's
interesting about,
nothing he should say. None of it should be personal at all.
the interesting thing about it, Myron, I find it funny.
Secure.
I find it funny. Yeah, we hear you, big dog. I find it funny that people have so much to say negative about what he says, and usually they'll attack him, but they won't attack his argument. And the reason that I know that he's fair, to be honest, because first of all, if he's gonna say something, he says something about everybody. He doesn't necessarily discriminate. All right, so that's first. But more importantly, I've had him up on my panels multiple different times on After Hours, where it is majority women. He has never gotten disrespectful. He has never called them out of their name. He has never said not one thing negative about them. And as a matter of fact, one of the things that he said was that he absolutely loved talking to them. And he was so surprised because he had never gotten that type of energy from the type of women that was on the panel. And he was complimenting them for all night. Molly was there, and he was complimenting them because they met him with the same energy that, you know what I'm saying, he was meeting them with. And because they were respectful, he was very respectful. He would let them speak. He wasn't over talking them or anything like that. And then he complimented them, and he was like, yo, all of these women is dope. Carrie, Molly, Mika, Kim, and there was Black women, lighter skinned Black women, darker skinned Black women, and all of that. And so I think that what you really are experiencing in life is you have a large population of unruly Black women. It just is what it is. And if people don't like it, and it's not just Black women, but Black women are the ones that get the most offended. And so people get offended because they are Black woman, but they don't necessarily address the problem. I don't understand. Why not say, okay, well, wait a minute. This point that you're saying is not true. This point that you're saying is not true. This point that you're saying is not true. But the reason that they can't do that is because most of it is true.